Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Gen Z Sanctum. It is another Wednesday, and I'm your host today with my co-host Nate.
Boo. I sp- I don't know. It's not.
Yes,
It's not anywhere close to Halloween. I don't know why I decided to
you
come
know
on here without
I've said the
boo.
name of this podcast so many times. If you don't know the name of this podcast, you're living under a rock.
Pretty much.
I purposefully didn't say the name of this podcast.
Hello, editor Nate here. He did actually say it without realizing it. So, uh, oops.
It is, of course, the Gen Z Sanctum.
Wait, what is this podcast again? Everyone listening is just like, oh, remind me
Your
what it's
mom.
called.
Wait
Oh,
a minute.
okay.
No, I'm
All
just
right.
kidding.
No. Yeah, no, we're at the end of the 5th season. If
Anyway,
you
as you
haven't
know,
heard of
we
us,
always.
sorry, continue the
Ah,
intro. Sorry, I was gonna say something smart there, but never mind.
wow. Okay, so one thing that I want to give you pointers out is that Nathaniel's Wi-Fi is so bad that there's like a 2 second delay. So when I'm saying something, I stop. So then you stop hearing audio for a full 2 seconds
Um,
before Nathaniel responds. It's like, oh yeah.
I mean, maybe it's not my internet. Maybe it's just Discord.
Well, the thing is even when I'm talking to Braden, he can hear me at the same volume. Like he
Interesting.
hears me immediately, even when we're in our the call with the three of us, he can hear me just fine.
Interesting.
He hears me immediately like a normal phone call, and you have a delay.
Interesting. Press X to doubt. But anyway, continue.
Anyway, as you all know, we start these episodes off with small talk. And then how's your week?
So, let me just small talk for a second. So anyway, my week was really good, and no, I'm kidding.
Okay. Wow.
I just back off the.
Wow.
So I did the thing that Nathan does. I say, so basically,
Wow.
yeah. Anyway, no. My week's been a week. So there you go.
Been a week. We
Yeah.
always like when a week is a week.
True. Anyway.
Well, I've had an interesting week. I had a interesting morning at work.
Ooh.
I had my first. Do you know what a U joint is?
It's probably a joint that, let me guess, is in the shape of a U.
No, U is
Oh.
actually abbreviation for universal.
Well, then why don't they say galaxy joint or something?
Because
I don't know.
wow,
I don't know. Why is it U joint? Oh, and it's the shape of the U? No, it's universal.
we call
Oh.
it no, we call it a U joint because it's supposed to be called a universal joint.
Okay.
That is the correct name. Everybody's just started calling it a U joint because it's a lot easier to say U joint instead of universal joint. It's a lot
So,
quicker and a lot easier.
so based on that, what would you think a Y joint is?
A joint shaped like a Y. No, I'm just kidding.
Actually, it's when you have a collision, they look at your bumper and they say, "Why is there a joint here?" Okay.
Wow.
All right. All
Well,
right. That was not good. I'll leave. I'll do the thing and fade out of the podcast. So basically, anyway, you
wow.
you continue.
Anyway, so the most interesting thing happened to me this morning. So, when universal joints explode, I don't know if you've ever seen a universal joint explode,
Uh-uh.
but it's pretty gnarly.
Ooh.
Luckily, I had the universal
Gnarly. Who
joint
uses
in
that
the truck that
anymore?
I was working on explode at like, wow. It exploded at 5 miles an hour,
Ooh.
which is good for me because if it had exploded at like 60 miles an hour, that drive shaft would have probably made its way through the bottom of the floor eventually, or
Okay.
it would have just fallen off.
Well,
But
or that. Yep.
I I was driving along and I hear like a lot of popping and creaking, and then I slow down to a stop. I accelerate, and I hear a pop and then a bad vibration. I was like, well, that ain't good. So I was turning around to go back to the shop. Then all of a sudden, I hear a kertink, and then all I hear is something dragging on the ground.
Oh, that ain't
I'm
good.
like, huh, that ain't good. So I look, I put it in park, and the truck keeps rolling. I'm like, that ain't good.
Nope, sure ain't.
And I set the e-brake, look underneath, and the drive shaft is hanging on the ground. I'm like, yippee!
Yep.
And it was a new U-joint.
Oh wow.
For whatever reason, they switched to a different company of U-joint, and I don't like them because they blow up too easily. They're junk. Like me. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so
Speaking.
I basically had to play bumper cars to get the truck back to the shop.
Also, I wanted to ask you
Instead of
something,
getting a
Nathan.
tow truck like every normal person, we're just like, I'm just gonna shove you forward.
So basically, I wanted to ask you this question, Nathan. So we got our mail trucks. We've got the van back. So I'm assuming that the truck broke down and it's in your shop. Can you like hurry that one up a bit?
I'm trying to remember. Your trucks are Indianapolis trucks, I think.
I don't know, but like yeah,
I
like
think.
whoever's working on them needs to hurry up because we got the stupid van back. And I'm like, why are you here? I want my freaking loud truck that we all know when the mail's being delivered to come back.
Yeah. Actually, so here's the most interesting thing.
Yeah.
So you know that iconic mail truck noise.
Yep.
Everybody knows it. You hear the noise. You walk outside. The mailman's here.
Yep.
The engine end result for giving that noise is a GM 2.5 liter four cylinder. They
Okay.
also, for 1 year, they came with a 2.2 liter, and it really doesn't quite sound like a mail truck. Like
Interesting.
it does, but it doesn't.
Interesting.
So yeah, the 2.5 gives you the very iconic mail truck noise that nobody can forget.
Where you're like, oh, I think the mail might be here. You look out, you'd open the door, you walk out, you just, that's just pulling up to your. Ah, you just pulling up to your driveway. Oh, thanks. Oh, yep, no problem. Let me just drive away now. As it's, as it's driving away. Yep. See ya. Now it's just like, I think the
Just
mail might have
bye
been here.
bye.
You go out and the van just up there goes, not making much noise at all. There it goes. Instead of the frickin' as he pulls up to your mailbox. Wow.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yes, the iconic mail truck noise.
yes.
But I would personally not know. Currently, all the trucks that we've been getting have been from Carmel.
Ooh.
So,
So Carmel just has a problem with their trucks.
they're just all PMIs. But, yes. So, your week has just been perfectly a good week of nothing.
Well, I mean, like it's been kind of yeah it has 7 days in it. That it's been a week. It's got 7 days.
Okay, so we have concluded it's been a week of absolutely nothing.
Pretty
Yes, we all
much,
knew
yeah.
Nathaniel's life. It's really boring and really
Yeah.
slow.
I don't have a job, so like if
So,
yeah.
yeah, so get one.
All
No,
right.
just kidding.
So I'm gonna take yours. I'm kidding.
But seriously, get one.
I'm not.
Yeah, you wouldn't survive.
I probably would because I'd.
You would
suck,
walk
but
in
anyway.
and you'd be like,
Uh.
no. And then just walk right back out.
Anyway.
Anyway, to today's topic, we are doing a part 2 of pets.
Yay. Ow, I just bumped something in my microphone.
Yay! So, I took like pretty much the whole pet episode, last time.
Yes, you
So,
did.
Nathaniel, I want to hear more pet stories that you have because I pretty much talked for a good 45 minutes of just my pets.
Oh yeah, you sure
So,
did.
you give me some stories of
All
pets.
right, let me think. So I think I already told you the rabbit stories, right? And yeah,
Yeah.
the I told you that funny one, which I had to sandwich in there, otherwise it would have been all you that episode. So anyway, I guess I
I
can
am
tell.
leaving the table open for you, so don't ruin it.
Okay. Okay, no. I actually have a story.
Wow.
So no, so basically the story I have is about a bird that I rescued. This is a very interesting story. So this was back. I don't know if you remember this, Nathan. You remember when I had the little tiny building that I had built when I was pretty young? I called it the fort. The little. You saw it a couple times, I think. The little.
I'm not remembering
Yeah, like out in the back of the yard, the
like
little
a
tiny.
fort you had.
Yeah, the little like it was a little wooden building roof, door, and it had a one window. We went in, and a couple times it had like a little chair with a little,
Oh,
yeah,
that. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, so back when our garden was not 3 boxes, back when our garden took up like a good like third of the yard, um, like half of that was mint and the other half was just open plots where we planted whatever. We had rats eating stuff. Rats or voles, I think. Anyway, we decided, my dad rather, I wouldn't say we, because something in my family that we have a horrible habit of is just somebody saying, okay, so we are going to do this, like all of us are going to do it, when in reality they just want to do it anyway. So my dad put out these traps for them. They were these big plastic traps with teeth that if anything walked in the middle, they like snapped shut and killed basically whatever got inside. Um, so
Kind of like a mouse trap, or is it kind of like a
bigger.
like bigger version
Oh
of a
no,
mouse
it's
trap?
bigger. It's not a
Okay.
mousetrap. A mousetrap is a flat board with a one piece of metal that comes down and kills the rat. This was a giant like thick plastic mouth with a spring that just closed and snapped the jaws shut on something that was something bigger, like a vole or a rat or something. Anyway,
Wow.
so one day we go out there. There's something like flipping around. So I go over there, and a robin, a juvenile robin, had gotten one of its wings stuck in one of these clamps. So it was trying to fly away, but its little wing had been chomped inside this trap. So I grab my gloves, I pick it up, I take the trap off of it slowly. It can't fly, so its wing is not okay. So I'm like, hey, I'll put it
Yeah.
in the It looks like it's a juvenile, so I can feed it, milk or something. I'll through a syringe.
Cool.
I'll put it in the fort, this little building, this little yeah, and basically we found an old nest, like an old like nest that had just fallen out of a tree somewhere. I put that inside the building and put the bird in it and just kind of let it be. I fed it um every day using gloves. We have a couple of old photos. I think I'm gonna go into the folder on my computer, aptly titled "Me Pics," and I'm going to find the picture of me holding this burb that I rehabbed, and I'll basically show you like the setup. Yeah, the setup I was working with here. Let me put it in the up. Here we go. Yeah, upload a file, and let's see, me pics. There we go, and then it's down here, I mean, like it's pretty self-explanatory when you look at the picture. Where the frick? How? Okay, hold up. What? Okay. Okay. Knee. No, 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 no. D. S. C. And then sometimes you have to. All right, 34. Right. Okay. Okay, so I scrolled way past it. All right. Yes, I did. How? Why are you Hold on. What is my computer's freaking out right now? I did not scroll down that far to find it, did I? No. Okay. Bird, where are you, bird picture? You're literally right there.
Bird.
Yep, there it
There's
is.
no the bird is over.
Okay, so here's the photo
Uh,
of me holding the
so it's a
bird.
female. It's a female robin.
Uh, I have no idea, but
The female robins are more of a darker color. The male robins are that bright red that everybody's used.
okay.
Wow, I sneeze.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I don't know, you can't really see very well the chest. And again, this is a juvenile, so whether it's, male or female, a juvenile robin has white freckles all over it as a juvenile before the red really takes over. But yeah, that's a picture of me holding this robin inside the little hut thing that I had. Um yeah. So we kept it for, I think, like 3 weeks approximately. And then I went in to feed it, and it was flying around this little building. And I was like, I think its wing is okay if it's able to fly around. So I'm gonna feed it one more time, and then I'm gonna take it out into the yard and just like let it go and see what happens. So I did. It flew off into a tree, and I think it repopulated because, like, especially in our general neighborhood area,
It
there
flew off and hit the tree, or it flew off like and landed in
no,
the
it
tree.
landed like on a branch of the tree. So I think it was,
Okay.
yeah, no, Nathan, I took care of this bird for so long, and it eventually just flew, smacked a tree, and no, Nathan, it landed on a tree branch. Anyway,
I was just making sure.
yeah, no, it landed on tree branch, and then I think it went gangbusters like a Catholic rabbit and made a bunch of babies, because now in our general area of the neighborhood, almost all the birds you see are robins. Like a good like
Nice.
two thirds of the birds you see are robins, 1/3 are blue jays, and the other is just mourning doves. Like that's pretty much the pie chart of what's here. Or maybe that's too many. Hold on, no, 2/3. Anyway,
Nice.
so yeah, no, a majority is robins. Then there's some blue jays. Then there's some mourning doves. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, hey, that was nice. The bird's wing healed.
Yep, that was a success story. I have another one if you want to hear it.
Please do.
Okay, so we also from time to time get baby bunnies, like wild bunnies that are in our yard sometime, and sometimes they get, I think, abandoned because we found two rabbits, wild rabbits, that were curled up in just a section of the yard, just like their nest had been dragged out of a hole or something. Like they were curled up. Their eyes weren't open yet, and they were just like curled up in like just in the middle of some random spot in the yard. Anyway, so I take them into this same building, and it was a little bit more difficult because like they had their eyes closed, so they were a little bit younger. We did give them food as best we could, and then they opened their eyes. They seemed to do okay, and then after having them for like a month or longer, I think more like 2 months, um, we let them go into the back into the wild. After that, they were bigger, their eyes were open, they were jumping around on their own. And so we are like, let's let them back into the wild. They must have also reproduced because the amount of wild rabbits we see around this neighborhood is insane.
Huh.
Yep.
So you saved a bird. Now you got more robins around, and then you saved a couple rabbits, and now there's rabbits everywhere.
Yep, they seem to love me, and they're like, "Dang, that Nate guy's really good at rehabbing animals." Anyway, honey, you want to have children? Like that just seems to be the conversation right after getting rescued. Like you wanna just make this neighborhood ours, this whole neighborhood just for us. Seems to be the thing. Anyway, we saw him a couple.
Ah, cool. Let's make it.
Yeah. Anyway,
Kid.
a couple of times later that year, we saw them again. They were the only wild rabbits that when we called their name, they would stop and look at us. But other than that, they were mostly wild. Um, yeah, but we saw them a couple times as an adult, like in the following months and maybe a year. But yeah, those are two of my success stories. And now I turn the floor back over to you for more stories.
Well, I had quite a few stories, but
Ew.
I feel like if I start talking, it's gonna be me for the rest of the episode
Well,
again.
pick like a specific one that you want to tell. Cuz I got nothing else.
All right. So if I want to,
Yep.
well, you still have Buddy and Addie. Those are your current
Well, that's
dogs.
true. That's true. I don't have a lot of good stories with them currently other than the fact that when we got Addie May, she had a like a not like a big stone in her bladder that was like the size of an egg. But we got surgery.
Wow.
Yeah, we got surgery, and then after that, it was fine. And she's came back to normal, and now I think she's losing her hearing now because like other than like loud noises where we like clap at her, she doesn't always understand or doesn't know that we're calling her. And then
Well, she is a
no.
much older dog,
Yeah, she's like 10 or 11
isn't
now.
she?
So like
Okay.
we'll call her name, she doesn't pay attention, and then we'll like put our hand on her back and she'll freak out and turn around and be like, "Oh, it's you. Oh, it's just you. It's okay." But also she does a lot of stuff to be guilty about. So she knows that she shouldn't be doing it, and so when we catch her, she freaks out like, "Oh, I wasn't doing anything."
I'm okay,
Yeah, Buddy though is an
but
angel, essentially compared. You know. Anyway, you go, you go.
so a few stories that I have. So recently, Mia, well, my brother's dog, but I mean, we kind of take care of her together. Uh,
We take care
she's
of her
been
together.
having
Okay.
some going potty issues.
Uh huh.
Like going potty, like she'll just go inside, which we started to think it's happy pee, and then it just kept escalating. You know, when dogs happy pee, it's a little squirt. It's a little, a little puddle, which that's what we were getting. Then it got to the point where there was one night that she got on my brother's bed and just let it go. Like there
Oh.
was a big puddle of pee just on his bed. And when I
Oh.
say big, I mean it's probably the size of my desk. And my desk is about
Oh.
40 or so inches wide by 20 inches or so deep. Yeah.
Oh.
She just let it go. So we're
Woof.
like, okay, yeah, bad dog. And then she went out to go potty and she still had to go potty again. I'm like,
Wow.
you have pee this much and you still have to go more. So we're
Mm.
like, okay, there's probably something wrong. So we take her to the vet. Sure enough, basically to say this easier, her bladder is inflamed because of a yeast infection.
Oh,
Because golden retrievers, they have a lot of fur around their groin area and it absorbs the pee and it keeps it there.
off.
So it creates a yeast infection.
Yeah, that's not good.
So, yeah. So we so we've had to deal with that for a couple weeks now. She was on a medication. Here's one thing I don't quite understand is I had to take her to the vet. She was on antibiotics. She's off them now, but she was on them for almost a week. And for whatever reason, the vet never said any side effects. None at all.
Oh wow.
And when she starts taking the medication, I mean, she has issue after issue. She literally peed on herself a couple times in her cage
Oh, that's not good.
right after I just taken her out. So I'm like, okay. So the vet's like, oh yeah, it has a side effect of loss of bowel movement. I'm like, you could have said that when you gave us the medication. Thank you.
Oh,
Like, geez, you're supposed to enclose if there are side effects with the medication. You need to tell somebody like, hey, here are the side effects. Oh, cool, I know what to expect.
so
No,
they.
we're just gonna wait for them to
Oh,
call us.
so they were just like. So they didn't tell you anything when you got the medication, and then like when you called them and told them what that was happening, they were like, "Yeah, well, they'll do that. They'll do that," and that was it.
I'm like, I'm like, could you at least be a little bit more courteous and be like, oh yeah, so this actually happened, so just be aware.
Nah,
If the
nah,
vet had said, hey, I know, I know.
we don't get paid enough for that. Anyway, good luck. Hangs up. No, we don't get paid enough for that. Anyway, continue.
So after she's been off the medication for a couple days now, we've had no more accidents. So
Okay.
let's hope it stays that way.
Yeah, she's peeing right now, Nathan. Turn around.
So
She's peeing right now. Turn around, Nathan. She's peeing right now.
what the frick?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, that would be funny though.
Oh wait! Oh my gosh!
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, no, I'm kidding. No.
I, I was gonna say, but yeah, we've had to deal with that. So that's been interesting.
That sounds very interesting. Yes, I broke that word up into
So
multiple. I don't know why.
I never owned a hamster growing up, and my sister did. She actually had two. The first one was Diamond. She was a bit of a, let's say, troublemaker.
Okay.
We take her out of the cage, we let her roam around, and she would find any possible way to get out of the cage. You know what she did?
What?
So the cage she had a full metal top but a plastic bottom. A plastic bottom that basically acts like a drawer, so you can slide it in and out without having to take the entire cage, dump out the bedding, put new bedding in. You can just
Yeah.
take the bottom part out. No, so she learned that, oh, this is plastic. I can chew through it.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
So, luckily we caught her when it happened, but she had chewed a hole. Actually, no, it wasn't this cage. It was the other cage. It was a full plastic cage with a metal door. She had figured out a way to chew through the plastic and squeeze herself out.
Oh. Okay. That can't be comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I even have a video of it somewhere. It's on my like Instagram archive. But I
Oh.
had her out roaming around on my lap, and she just gets to the end of my lap and just finds, hey, cool. You ever seen their dogs how they spread out their back legs to disperse when they're going down like a hill or something and they're just gliding down?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that before?
Yeah, I have.
That's what she did. She basically just spread her legs out and just fell off my legs onto the floor and just started running. I'm like,
Okay.
hamster out, hamster out.
Wow.
So we're running around. We go grab her. Yeah. And
That
also,
yeah.
here's one thing. So she liked to get in bags. She liked to hang around, and I thought it'd be a great idea. Let's stick my face in the bag. I stick my face in the bag. She comes up. She sniffs my nose like, ooh, cool. Chomp.
Oh, so you have a bite. So you have a pet bites your nose story too.
Yes, I do. I
Wow.
just stick my face in the bag, and She looks at me. She's like, oh, hey, hi, you're here. Oh, wait, what's this? Ooh, this looks nice. Chomp. And then I shake, pull my face out, look at my mom, and I have blood dripping down my nose.
So that is kind of your fault for just. Why did you do that?
Yes, I know it was 100% my fault. And then my mom's like, "What did you do?" And then the hamster walks out and like, "You're so dumb." I'm like, "My nose is bleeding."
Wait, your mom said you're so dumb?
No,
Oh,
but
okay.
she
I was
looked
gonna
at me
say
like
she
that.
probably should have told you that a couple times in your childhood. I mean, frick! I said that out loud. Dang it! No. Anyway,
Wow.
no. Continue.
All right, so
Yep.
I don't really have. I mean, I have more stories, but they're more of like smaller stories. They're not like long ones like the last episode. I do have another story about Mittens. This is more of like through his whole lifespan. But one thing I already told you the like what he does when he smells milk or knows if he's going to get it.
Yeah.
It was kind of very similar with treats. Pull
Okay.
out the box of greenies, but he has no patience whatsoever. So you're trying to make him get on the floor, you know.
Yeah.
No, he's gonna get on his back legs, and he literally took his paw. So we got those big containers of greenies, like those containers of greenies you get from Costco.
Yeah.
We got those, had the lid off the container, and Mittens finds it's a great idea. Hey, look, I'm not getting the greenies in the hand. Let's just take the whole container and dump it.
Oh.
So he takes his paw in the greenies container and just dumps half the greenies on the floor and just goes to town.
Well, that. Wow, that's not good.
So when we first got Mittens, we had our other cat, Tigger.
Uh huh.
Technically, it was my mom's cat, but still. We had Tigger. They both ate in separate spots because Mittens would eat Tigger's food if they ate in the same spot. He'd be like, all right, I'm done with my food. All right, I'm going to steal your food.
Yeah.
And the thing about Tigger is he would just back away from his food bowl and just let Mittens eat it. And then he'd look at my mom being like, where's my food?
Wow. Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
So we had to separate him.
You want
So
you want my food? Yeah. No. You can go ahead. Where's my food? Where'd my food go? Like that was essentially what you're saying.
yes, basically
Wow.
like, oh yeah, you can have it. And then after all his food is gone, he goes back to his bowl. Where's my food? You let the cat eat it, dummy.
You. Yeah.
But when he was fed, he would eat in the basement. Tigger would eat in the upstairs. So the funniest thing, he knew where he was supposed to eat.
Yeah.
So we'd open the food bag. He come running. He was like, "Oh yeah, food." You take a scoop. Give Tigger a scoop. You go in for another scoop, and you turn around, and Mittens is just gone.
Wow.
You're like, Mittens, where'd you go? So you walk to the basement, and he's already down to his food bowl, staring at you like, "Where's my food? Give it to me.
Give me my
And
food.
then you know what's the funniest thing is I messed around with him. I had the scoop, but then I walked back to the laundry room, and then he'd give me that look like, food. So
Give me my food.
so I put the scoop back in, and he walks up really slowly, and then I just walk towards him, and then he runs back to the basement, and then he realized I don't have the scoop, so he just comes back, food. And then I walk back. I eventually give him food, but it was really funny to tease him. He was just like,
Food. Oh.
food.
Oh, okay.
And his eyes were saying like like a dog bag face.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he would do. I'm like, you're not a dog. Stop giving me that look.
Oh no, my dog Buddy thinks he's a cat because he will do some real like cat stuff.
Examples.
Okay, so the other day, he did you know though that cat thing where like the cat arches their back legs and like sticks out their front legs and like they yawn while their like claws stretch out. Have you seen that happen?
Yeah,
So Buddy
I
did that.
have.
Buddy did that. So he was sitting. He went to stand up. Only the front half of him stood up. He yawned, and his paw, like his front two paws, stretched out and did a thing. And then he walked over to me like, "Oh hey, what's up?" so I was like, "Oh
I totally didn't just stretch like a cat.
yeah." I mean, they do that other thing where they stretch front paws and then they stretch the back paws and drag themselves along while their back paws are stretching.
That's what Mia will do. She'll stretch. She does a very similar thing where she'll like stretch out, and then when she stretches out her back legs, she's just walking forward as her legs are dragging on the ground. Like really? And then if she's outside while she's doing it, you just hear on the concrete.
Yeah,
I'm like, really?
but also my buddy's claws grow pretty quickly, so we always know where he is, especially inside. So we don't know where he is. We go like Buddy, and you hear as he's running in to see you.
He does. He does. Except it's like all nails, so all you hear is chit 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 chit.
It's just yeah, and they slide like on the wood. They don't always have traction, so they're not always but they slide. So they're often like as he's trying to like tear himself in to see you. Have you seen that with like a dog on a slippy? I think you told me like you have a dog on the slippy floor of the shop that takes off but stays in the same place for a couple of minutes until they get traction.
Oh, that was who was that? That was Taz. No wait, that wasn't Taz. That was Maya. So at the body shop, we use a lot of painter's tape
Yeah.
to like masking to like mask off areas where aren't supposed to be painted. We take all that excess tape instead of throwing it away, we put it in balls and use those as toys for the dog. So we'll throw them, and we would throw them, and Maya would stare at the ball and not going anywhere. Like she's just running on the floor. Like
Wow.
I'll get to it eventually if I just keep running.
Wow.
And then eventually she does get traction, and then she just runs for it. And then she didn't learn her lesson the first time and just right into the wall.
Wow.
She ran so fast at one point she ran into the garage door. Just
Oh, was she okay though when she did that?
and it's an industrial door, so it's loud when you run into it. It's just boom.
Wow. All right, Nathan. Are you ready
Oh.
for you ready for a nice? We'll see if the microphone picks it up. I don't know if the Discord will pick it up, but it should pick it up on the recording software. Are you ready for an ASMR drink pour?
Rut-row.
Okay, here's an ASMR drink pour. I don't know why this doesn't even have to do with the topic, but here you go. Ready? There you go.
Okay, so I didn't hear half of it, but it
Okay.
started out as like you put the mic in the water and you were pouring the liquid
Pretty much. You got the first half, but the microphone.
on the microphone.
Yeah, the Discord hates anything lower than a certain volume or anything higher than a certain volume. I think that's a threshold problem. I have to
It's
reset it.
like, nah.
But the microphone on the recording software doesn't have that, so I got the whole thing. But yeah. Anyway, that's all. I don't know why I added that randomly into the topic, but anyway, continue.
It's like, I want to pour a drink, but here we go anyway.
Exactly. Well, let's see. Let's see if I have any more really interesting or cute pet stories. I suppose there's this little thing. So my grandma on my mom's side has a little beagle dog that
Okay.
she's trained to be a support dog for her, because my grandma on my mom's side is, getting up in years now, so she needs a little help with some things. Anyway,
Yeah.
so she has her favorite chair. Do animals have like their favorite furniture, or like their favorite place to be, essentially? Or
So Oscar has the leather chair recliner. That is his favorite piece of furniture. It's
nice.
either that or my bed.
I'm assuming that Mia just the crate, because like she barely is out of it.
Yeah, she likes laying in her crate. She can get on the couch, but one thing she can't do on the couch is like roll around and tear the couch up.
Yeah. Anyways,
Because yeah,
yeah,
I don't want that to happen.
yeah. Anyway, so my grandma's on my mom's side's dog has a favorite reclining chair, and whenever you go and say hi, she will run up to you with her tail wagging so hard that her butt is essentially shaking too. And then she'll run at full speed into the other room, hop up on this chair, and then like curl up and look at you with her tail still pounding the chair, still wagging really fast. Like, come over here and sit with me.
Just
Come over here and pet me. Hop up and curl up and look at you with her tail still wagging. Like, come pet me. Come be with me. Come hang out. And she'll do it a couple of times. It's really cute. But
so she like oh, is she like laying on the couch and patting her tail on the couch? Kind
yes,
of.
yes, she'll run over to you with her tail wagging, run at full pelt into the other room, up on the chair, and then curl up like she's about to go to sleep, but look at you, but her tail's like slapping the chair.
Occasionally, I'll find Mia just laying on the hardwood floor,
Yeah.
and then when I walk up to her, her tail starts wagging. All I hear is,
Her whale. Yes, her whale starts wagging. Okay.
her tail starts wagging, and
Okay.
all you can hear
Is what we can't hear.
that's all you hear.
Is what we can't hear because
Yeah,
Discord hates that you're.
it's slapping on the ground.
Yes.
It's just, of
Yeah.
course, you didn't hear that either.
Yeah, no, because Discord hates your microphone.
Apparently, he hates both of ours.
Yes. You know what, Discord, we hate you too. Discord, we hate you too, because you're really we would do this any other way, but like you're the best way, so you'll know you suck for that. Okay, anyway. No. No, but anyway, so that's all the pet stories I've got, honestly. That's it.
I did ramble quite a while for the first episode. Like I was just rambling, and you're just like, I got the. Okay, he's still going.
Yeah, no, pretty.
But there was actually a cat that my mom had
Mm-hmm.
way back when. Oh, what was his name? Smokey? I think.
Smokey the
No.
Bear?
Yeah, I think it was Smokey.
Smokey the
I don't
Bear.
remember. I think it
Okay.
was. It was a cat though. It wasn't really Smokey the Bear, just Smokey, and it was because of his fur coat. His fur coat was like a dark gray.
Ah,
But that cat would allow you to dress it up in a doll costume and push it around in a stroller.
why?
It's just, here we go.
Why?
I have no idea.
That is weird.
I don't know how a cat could tolerate that,
Yeah, neither do I.
because me being able to tolerate that even is like, no. I ain't gonna tolerate that, and with a 9.5 foot pole. 9.5. You see what I did there? Cringe, cringe, cringe reference. Okay.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, so basically, shut up. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no,
But
I literally have nothing else.
there are a whole bunch of other pet
Yeah.
stories. It's just hard for me to think of a few of them off the top of my head, but I know there's quite a few more.
Well, I'll give you some time. All right, time's up. Think of something.
All right,
All right.
so wow.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Wow.
but with Oscar now, okay, so people are going to be like, no, that's animal abuse. No, it's not, as long as you don't
I'm
hurt the
gonna
animal.
abuse something
Ah,
if you don't shut up. Called the ban button. Just that's what I'm gonna abuse if you don't shut up. Anyway, continue.
but with Oscar, my cat, he's had issues. He's peed on my bed. He's peed on my clothes. He's peed on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like a lot of cat owners are going to be like, don't try and teach your cat. They're going to rebel back. He's one of those cats that will actually learn, that you can actually teach, which is actually kind of rare, especially for cats. But the problem is, to teach him, you need to get him in the moment. So I found one day he was peeing on my bed. He just, you know how cats, they'll like wipe their paws or kind
Yeah.
of like do that motion of like scraping litter back over where they just went.
Yeah.
He was doing that on my bed, and I just run over to him, yell his name, and pin him to the bed.
Oh.
Like, some people would have said it's aggressive, but it didn't hurt him anyway. It was like a shock. It was like, whoa, I don't like this. This is abnormal. I probably shouldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I basically threw him behind a closed door. Not actually threw him, put him behind a closed door. Kept him in there for about 15 minutes. Let him back out, and he never peed on my bed since.
Oh.
Although he still pees in my clothes, and I still hate him for that. I walk around with a fly swatter after he does it. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
He's running to the clear other side of the apartment. Come here! Walking with a freaking wooden bat. Get over here! No,
Wow. That would
I
that would
ain't
be
that
bad.
aggressive.
Okay, I was gonna say that
That would be
is
animal abuse.
that is pretty bad. I'm gonna take a baseball bat to your
Yeah.
kneecaps.
No, I'm gonna take a baseball bat to your shins. Kerchink.
Oh, that's death sentence, essentially. You have anything hit your shins too hard? You're like, just somebody kill me right now, please.
No, you can run into a wall at like walking pace, and you're like, "I shit!"
Yeah, no, like if you hit. Also,
Like, you just scream,
if you hit your elbow too hard, you're like, somebody please put me out of my misery now.
or you hit your funny bone in the wrong way. You're like, like
Exactly.
your arm goes like I've hit my funny bone bad enough to where my whole from my elbow to the tip of my fingers went numb for 30 minutes.
Yeah, it'll do that. But it's not like a nice kind of numb. It's like a painful numb.
No, it's a tingling. You're like, ah, that hurt.
Exactly. It's a weird like a million pins and needles.
I don't understand why people call it their funny bone. Because it's not funny when you hit it.
It's funny for other people. They'll be like, ha! Anyway, I don't know. I have no idea.
I would have no idea either.
But
Because I don't think it's funny when I walk into a wall and just go thump, and then my fingers are tingling for the next 10 minutes.
yeah, I don't like that.
Especially if you hit it
either.
harder.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't.
But you got any other like short stories you want to add?
Not really a whole lot that I can actually think of. They might be tangents on future episodes.
Ooh,
But
we're gonna be under an hour this time for this episode. Finally. Anyway.
all right, everybody. It's been a wonderful episode today, and we're gonna give a good old outro for this episode called "Bye."
Okay.